Hello, and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. We're going over the releases for this weekend, May 21st. Everybody in this set is half naked or discorporeal.
Yeah, there was a run on pants in the Immortal Realm this week, it appears. And
well, I guess we've got a Black Templar guy.
well, yeah,
So do we want to go from least to most interesting?
sure. Well, I guess that means we start with the Middle-earth stuff again. I'm so sorry, guys. I know you love
Fortress of Dol Guldur. Dol Guldur. This is from The Hobbit specifically. It's from the third movie where Christopher Lee, Ian McKellen, and what's her name? Can never remember who plays Galadriel. I just know her as Galadriel.
Hela.
Yeah, and they go and beat Sauron, and then he gets kicked back to Mordor.
Yeah.
CJ, how much is that set?
I don't.
Guess. I want you to guess because I know you don't know.
150. No, wait. No, it's a Hobbit, so it needs to be more. $250.
$315 for now. Let's show off the back because when you look at that amount of actual plastic in here, that is actually a lot of plastic.
That's a lot. Yeah.
This is up there with some of their terrain sets that are this much. That recent Necromunda set that was $300 for like everything.
Yeah.
So that's not out of the question, but I think this is the most expensive terrain set we've had that isn't made to order, like Weathertop.
Yeah, and I'm gonna remind everyone here also that you see this big logo here. You ever wonder why this is so expensive? It's because of this big logo.
Here's the thing, I disagree. Because with how much plastic you get in that set, that's actually a really good deal for GW.
For GW.
Now, GW overprices their terrain. But if you compare that to like the Extremis set or the Necromunda set and how much plastic is in there.
Right.
By the way, if you're wondering, this is just the existent Ruins of Dol Guldur set times 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really new plastic, it's just a new collection of plastic.
Yeah.
And it is a savings over buying 6 of those boxes. If you want to play Lord of the Rings. Now, my one big downside is this, because I look at this and I think, wow, that would make great Age of Sigmar terrain. It's ever so slightly out of scale for Warhammer product.
Yep. This is the Lord of the Rings game is not in heroic scale.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is more true heroic as opposed
true scale.
True 28 millimeter
as opposed to heroic. Yeah.
Warhammer's heroic broaching on 32 millimeters. Good gosh, their wrists are huge scale. You could probably still get away with it though.
Wrists.
It's just a set of ruins in the Mortal Realms for some kind of short people.
Speaking of short people, who ain't got no reason to live.
Wow. That's not true. They have...
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
No. So,
got him.
Fireslayers and Ideneth were the last 2 tomes that released before these 2. We'll get to those. And here come their Vanguard boxes.
Yes.
I actually want to talk about the wet one first.
Okay, go for it.
Because we have probably more to say about this. The Ideneth box, it's a shark, 3 eels, and 10 Namarti.
Oh, and a hero.
And a hero. And the Soul Scryer.
It's pretty all right.
This one's actually okay.
Yeah.
Sharks are good. Sharks are very good.
Yeah.
Eels are not what they once were.
No, but they're still pretty good.
The Ideneth book has very strong internal balance. We've passed the point where it was eels or nothing, and this is a pretty good representation. It does not have a big old centerpiece model, though.
Yeah.
Probably because all the big old centerpiece models in Ideneth are flipping
big.
Huge.
Yeah. There's no Eidolon, there's no Leviathan.
I didn't realize this until now.
Really?
But when you think about it, the Vanguard boxes have kind of dropped all of their big centerpiece models. They now go for these kind of medium monster models as their things, which is kind of disappointing. But on the other hand, well, there's the cynical reason, and let's talk about it. So we have 2 new releases for Fireslayers this week.
Yeah. Sorry, Fire Slayers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because this is the cynical breakdown of how this happened. Basically, the old Vanguard box had one of these and a bunch of troops.
Yeah.
For $95 or $100, something like that.
It was 95, and then it got boosted to
This was
100.
actually not available alone.
Yeah.
It was a spectacular deal.
Basically, this was the reason you bought that,
Yeah.
the Start Collecting box at the time. And, if you ordered one of these just by its lonesome, they'd just send you a Start Collecting box.
Yeah.
Like for a while. And they did that for a couple of different boxes too.
Now we've excised the Magmadroth / Runefather from the box entirely.
Yes.
We've replaced them with, I mean, it's 5 Hearthguard Berserkers and 1 Battlesmith and then just 20 flippin' Volkites.
Yeah.
This box just is everything wrong with the Fireslayer's range. It's 26 incredibly samey looking models.
Yeah, you want to tell, like, Owen, sir, and Glowin, sir.
Yeah, it's just...
Biffer, Bofer, and Bombor.
It's how many kind of identical looking dwarves. And, you know, they place the Hornblowers across from each other on the back of the box to showcase the fact that you can't make them look different. And it's a really disappointing. And then, even more disappointing, they've excised this model and now charge $112 for it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We've gone over that a billion times.
Yeah, we know it. You know the
drill. We don't need to retread the ethics of this. But it does suck because Fireslayers is already one of the least popular armies, and now we're making it more difficult to get in. Because now Magmadroths are good. In the last Fireslayers book, they weren't. They were okay.
Yeah, they were fine, but not great.
But Hearthguard were hot fire.
Yeah.
Literally.
Tish.
Now, Magmadroth are really good and really interesting, and they've gone, oh, so we need to charge more for them.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly cynical move. You know, businesses is always this mix of cynicism and, like, community building. And this is one of those things where they went a little too quiet part out loud with the cynicism.
Yeah, a little too mercenary, I think. So you get one Magmadroth.
Here's the
and
thing,
one
it's not a bad
dork.
deal for what he is, because
Yeah.
that's the same price as all the hero boxes.
Right.
The monster hero boxes. $112.
Yeah.
Hell, he's cheaper than some of them.
Yeah, you can also, like, you get a hero on the Magmadroth and a hero on foot.
He's not a bad deal in a
pretty
vacuum.
all right, yeah.
But we don't live in a vacuum. Fire
Right.
doesn't burn in a vacuum. We live in... This is coming right after canceling the previous box he was in.
Yeah.
And boy, that's a crappy jump in price.
That being said, if you're super hyped on Fireslayers, you were
You're
probably...
one of 4 people in the world.
Yeah. You probably already had, like, 6 of these things kicking
Sure,
around
but there are
anyway.
new people coming into Fireslayers. The guy we were...
Who hurt them?
we were painting with on Tuesday. He's a new player and he wanted to get into Fireslayers.
Yeah, and he also desperately, like, threw himself at the secondary market.
Yeah, and he found these online.
Yeah.
GW didn't get that money. Someone else did.
It.
Whoops. By the way, both of the combat patrols will run you 130.
Yeah.
Combat patrols. Both of the Vanguard boxes will run you 130. Standard pricing.
So at least there's some standardization.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
It's 130 for 26
crap out of me.
identical looking dwarves.
Yeah.
Continuing with the Age of Sigmar. So the 2 new codexes, Battle Tomes, Daughters of Cain and Nighthaunt. Now the Daughters of Cain only got 1 new model in that book.
Yeah.
Because it's only been a year. As a result, they have no new
Hello,
models
we have this
out.
drum over here. We're going to continue to bang.
The Gladiatrix is not out yet.
No.
We don't know when she'll come. But their tome is. We might do a more in-depth tome review, but right now all we'll say is that this thing is $55.
Yep.
It is, by all accounts, quite good. Marathi was not really nerfed. Probably. Marathi and Bow Snakes remain unnerfed.
Okay.
There you go. All you need to know. Witch Elves way stronger.
Oh,
Big
well, that's
bang
good.
boom. Hit and wound on 2s, 2 rend. Have fun. The Horde meta is back, baby. And
Great.
no further heralds of the Horde than the Nighthaunt.
Yeah, that's true.
And their 2 new models.
Karen, the...
Yeah, not
The-
Charon, the
yeah.
not boatman of the knot sticks.
And-
Allrock the Drowner.
yeah, whatever.
And Crossbows,
Yep,
a.k.a. Craventhone Guard. Allrock will run you $50.
Yep.
Crossbows will... Or Craven... I'm going to keep calling them Crossbows. That's what they
You
are,
know what's
right?
up, yeah.
They'll run you 45
Yeah.
for a unit of 5 on 32s.
Yeah.
Just a brief lowdown of what they do. Allrock is used basically to move your Nighthaunt around the battlefield. They lost the ability to have half their army in Deep Strike.
They
can do 3 units now.
Okay, well,
But they
it's,
don't
you know,
do their whole army anymore.
Yeah.
But this guy can just cart people around the battlefield.
Okay.
And he's actually pretty good at bonking people with the ore. It's actually like a lot of
Sweet.
attacks. It's a lot of damage.
Oh, wow, good.
Crossbows are bad in a vacuum like they were in the box. People looked at their stuff and went, wow, these guys suck. And then we saw all the synergies with them. They can very easily get 2 rend. They shoot through terrain.
Yeah.
You can't hide your guys from these guys. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
They go very, very well with the Craven King.
This should not
Obviously,
shock
because
you.
Craven Throne Guard. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
his literal bodyguards. The first death ranged infantry unit, I think.
A ranged infantry unit, yes.
Yeah, because there's the Mortek crawler from
yeah.
OBR.
Mm-hmm. But that's a...
And there's some other stuff that has range. The Terror guys can scream at
but
6
that's not a dedicated
I
ranged
think these are the
unit,
first death dedicated ranged units.
Yeah, because I don't remember skeletons having archers.
Nope.
No.
Soulblight don't really have any. Bone Reapers only have
the catapult.
Unless you count the Warband from Underworlds. The one
Yeah, but
guy
even
with
that, the one dude with a bow.
who will probably be the herald of the rest of them. I know you're hoping.
I like my bone boys, and I want to play them in a way that matters.
I'm sure they'll be next for the death, because who else is going to get it death-wise? Flesh Eater Courts.
Yeah.
It's going to be Flesh Eater Courts first. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Battle Tome itself, again, we might do a more in-depth review. $55. Very, very strong internal balance.
This is the book that you're gonna groan whenever you see on the battlefield.
And
for
you're
at least
gonna see it a
month.
lot, because
And-
a lot of people have Nighthaunt armies, and you might as well. Very strong internal balance. Almost everything in here is valid. There are no bad units, really. There are some standouts. Allender is amazing.
There are better units, but there aren't
But
bad units.
this is a very good, and it's a very synergy-based book. I think Magic players call that Johnny. It's Johnny, Spike, and Timmy. Timmy likes models. Spike likes to win. Johnny likes to find combos. This is a book about finding combos.
Okay.
So
It was like Magic. I don't know.
and requisite, we have
We have dice and we have cards. You know the drill on these.
they're $36 a piece.
30, only 36 for these.
Sorry, 33 and a half, I think, for those. Or is it 30? I think it's 33 and a half for
For the-
these and 36 for the dice.
Yeah.
Um,
Friggin' dice, dude.
There are other things coming out this week that we do not have with us right now.
Ugliest dice I have ever seen.
Yeah. There's Lord of the Rings is also getting its War in the North supplement.
Cool.
Easterlings versus Dale. There's a whole bunch of Forge World stuff coming out for that, but it's not coming to your local game store unless you
know a guy.
Yeah. There is a metal dice set from GW, which is the only one I've ever known of. There's an Easterling dice set.
And they're metal.
And they're metal for $18.
How many do you get?
I think like 10.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, for metal dice, they're actually not overpriced. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
I will have to examine these in depth.
The War in the North book is also $55.
Yeah.
Our only copy sold. So there's no Daughters of Cain dice because it's only been a year. Use your last ones. Also online in made to order, or not made to order, ATO online only, is what's called the Ethereal Court for the Nighthaunt, which is the 3 heroes from the Soul Wars box. Just like Indomitus for 40k, just like Dominion for Cruel Boys and Stormcast, they've taken the heroes that previously you could only get in those box and put them in an overpriced $80 kit that you cannot buy them separately.
Yeah. And quick reminder, those would be push fit.
Yes. Check eBay. You'll probably find people trying to sell them there for cheaper per unit.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that these are regular models, whereas most of the big Nighthaunt line is still
We've left the push fit craze behind.
Yeah.
GW tried that as a way to get more people into AOS in 2.0. All of the Sacrosanct were push fit, and almost all the Nighthaunt were push fit. We've ditched that. We're done. Screw it. The only thing that's going to be push fit from now on is the warbands and the models that come in board games. Last thing, White Dwarf 476. It's got a Black Templar on the cover for Flashpoint Knockwound.
my boy.
Among many other things, the things we probably care most about is new rules for Kill Team for Sentries. Think the stealth stuff in Necromunda.
Oh gosh,
it's like a pre-battle thing, kind of.
Cool, but also why?
Well, I mean, some people really want to,
Like, again, I like that kind of thing, but it's that's the sort of thing that you put in Necromunda.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think
that you keep in Necromunda, and if you're gonna kit bash 2 game systems together, you should just kit bash it and don't bother us with.
Also on skirmish games, we've got
all the Nighthaunt stuff.
Yeah, including the Scriptor Mortis, who is not out yet alone.
Okay.
The Hunt Master and the Craven Throne Guard and the Gladiatrix, rules for them in Warcry.
Yep.
Great, I guess.
Yay.
Probably more importantly for you Age of Sigmar players is that this is the Tome Celestial for Hedonites of Slaanesh. We have not done a deep into this. We will, because Slaanesh it's a common joke to call armies getting Slaaneshed when you do too well and you pay for it for several years.
For it, yes.
So we'll see if this brings them back up to something playable. There's also a few other things in here. It's White Dwarf. You know
what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put Slaanesh on the cover for Tome Celestial. That is not a good sign in my opinion.
They haven't been doing that particularly a lot lately, I feel.
They did for Cities of Sigmar.
They didn't for Bone Reapers.
No, they didn't.
I think they're about 50-50, actually.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So all of this drops this Saturday.
This Saturday.
May 21st.
Yeah.
Up for pre-order now from GW or your local game store. Check and see. Maybe they'll cut you a deal. Maybe they have a points reward program like ours does. Who knows? I see we have 3 of those, and I'm
betting they're going to be gone by the time.
Yeah, like I almost want one, but I have so much terrain already. The problem with them is they're very generic fantasy, aren't they?
Yeah.
For good and for ill. I could fit that into anything.
Yes, but you could also fit that into anything.
Yeah, they would make beautiful Frostgrave.
Yeah,
ruins.
that'd be really good for Frostgrave. It'd also be good for, friggin' anything almost.
Yeah, anything fantasy, because it's just like the most generic. Is your fantasy Tolkien inspired? Buy that box.
Yeah.
You can have that one for free, GW. Anyway, that's it from us.
Yep. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.